Hey guys, before the video starts, just want to say a few things. Tomorrow we're supposed to be getting a bunch of OP03 boxes come in that were part of the original order I had way back at the very beginning of OP03. So I've got 4 boxes that we'll be doing an opening for, and we'll have a couple of giveaways going on the Twitch channel. It's OP09 or excuse me, Starter Deck 9, Starter Deck 8s right here. So a couple of giveaways. Big shout out to Pops2 Games for that. Thank you to him as well for sending that over. But also in the future, really excited that we have a Hot Ones stream planned. There's going to be a thing in the Discord, not today, but in the near future, that will present, like, you know, an area for people to ask questions. And my fiance is going to choose 10 of the best questions, and we're just going to have those asked on stream while eating Hot Ones wings. I'm a little nervous, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So that'll be a good time. So be sure to check out the Twitch channel. But other than that, let's just hop into the video, guys, and let me know what you think. Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Good to see you again. We've got Rebecca versus Nami here. And I was trying to get a couple of recorded matches of Rebecca, but we ended up getting only this one of playing against Nami. But it was a pretty cool match nonetheless. Still kind of figuring out the Rebecca deck as a whole. I've been tinkering with a list. It doesn't really feel perfect, but it is doing the job. And I do apologize, guys. I know there hasn't been a lot of videos as of like the last 2-3 days. It's because I've had some back problems. I ended up, like, I'm pretty sure I ended up pinching a nerve in my back. And I had to go to a chiropractor, and I've felt so much better since yesterday because a lot of that tension and relief has come just from like one session. And so as of recording this video, I'm actually going to be going to do my second session right afterwards. But getting into the match, we do use that Rebecca ability off the start. End up finding Karita Coliseum, which is going to be nice for the next thing. The next turn. And yeah, we're kind of showing each other our cards here just because I was like, oh yeah, you know, it's going to be interesting seeing what, you know, what we end up running and what we have for these, you know, few turns. And, you know, this is just a fun, friendly match, just kind of playing some stuff out and testing it out. And yeah, so he does go ahead and put down Kaya, trashes Belmir and Deathwink. I think he passes it over, so we're just going to go ahead and draw here. Looks like we drew into another Karita Coliseum, so definitely going to put that one down. And I think we're just going to put down Leo. I can just KO the Kaya here, and I'll just go ahead and trash 2. So we trash the Suru and the 10-drop Kuzan here, KOing the Kaya. And now I think we just, use leader ability to search out a Sabo, adding more to the trash. There goes a 2k counter being Suru right there. I really like how Rebecca's able to just kind of recycle a lot of the hand, and I can constantly counter out. But this is a very weird matchup since he doesn't swing very often. You know, I have to find ways to maintain hand size below 6 in order to use leader ability. And yeah, so I constantly have to keep playing cards, trashing cards somehow, some way, shape, or form. And we do see the Dawes Bones coming down, picking up the, I think it was Impel Down All-Stars event card. Just a nice card for Nami to be able to trash some and just kind of recycle the hand over and over. But going up to 5 Dawn, I think I'm just going to play Sabo here. We'll draw 2, trash 2. I can get rid of the Karita Coliseum for sure. I do have a 1 of Ideo in the deck, and I think we end up trashing that. Yeah, I've seen some people running it at 2, some people running it at 4. I haven't really personally enjoyed the card as much, so I only have it at 1 at the moment, and probably going to end up just getting swapped out. But it's just to maintain that ratio of enough Dressrosa cards for Rebecca to be able to search, as well as the Rebecca character. So yeah, just kind of continuously trying this out and finding the right, the right plays, the right numbers and stuff like that. But I just go ahead and pass it over. He's up to 6 Dawn now. We could just see a pass from him potentially as well. But we are going to see 3 getting rested here. Potentially a Dofi blocker. Nope, it's going to be a Sanji's Pilaf drawing a couple of cards. And then we might also just see a Sanji's Pilaf again. But I think he just passes it over here. It looks like he does. We were having a conversation while playing, so we do end up having moments where we get kind of lost in translation and we'll be sitting still for a second. But yeah, he just goes ahead and passes. I don't know if I drew for turn, if I'm being honest. I honestly didn't pay attention to whether I did. But yeah, we've got a couple of options. I think that we're just going to swing 7 with Sabo, get some of the event cards out of hand. And that leaves us with 6 Dawn left. And yeah, probably just another Sabo coming down. It's kind of a weird hand that we have at the moment, but we do see the Gavel for the plus 4K and trashing 2 cards here. I'll just go ahead and use Sabo. I'm going to get rid of both of my Ice Ages. I really, really like this card for every other matchup, but in this matchup, it doesn't seem to be doing me much. But Ice Age is so clutch in many matchups. You can just use that 1 cost to bring something down by 5, and then you can either bottom deck it using 3000 Worlds. You could potentially KO it using Kyros. You can use that in combination with Orlumbus to just KO like a really big 9 cost, 10 cost card. It's so nice. I haven't seen it in many people's lists just yet, but you know, obviously it not being searchable does create a bit of a barrier there with Rebecca, but I've just found it to be an amazing utility card for taking care of some of the bigger swings on the board and just focusing on getting your opponent's life down using like 7-drop Luffy as well as Orlumbus, Kyros, stuff like that. Now, yeah, we do just pass it over. It looks like we're going to see a Belmir come down, and Belmir on KO is going to trash the top 3 from, you know, the top of his deck, but he will just go ahead and pass it over. We do have options to get rid of the Belmir if we really wanted to. Could see like Orlumbus come down. I could also play Luffy and swing into that. I have 3000 Worlds to bottom deck it, and it's looking like that's just what we're going to do. I'm not really trying to deal with the on KO effect and just getting him closer to that win condition. But yeah, I think we still got 5 Dawn left. I'm just going to swing 6 with Sabo, and then probably another 6 with Sabo. And he does use Usopp's Rubber Band right here, though, to trash a card and to get out of that counter, or to get out of that swing. And I think we might see another Usopp's Rubber Band. Yep, trashing another card. And then I just play the 3rd Sabo, because why not? You know what I mean? Let's just get rid of Suru and probably just another like little card that we're not really going to need in this matchup very much. And I think we do just choose to go with the Bartolomeo. I don't really need the 2K counters, considering I've got 3 blockers on field, as well as the fact that he's probably not going to swing into my life very often. And we do save that 3000 Worlds, though, just in case we do see another Belmir or potentially another Zeph. But Mr. Dawes Bones coming down right now. Looking at what he might want to pick up as far as event cards. And I think that was a Gavel. It might have been Usopp's Rubber Band, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, and he does just pass it over, leaving all the Dawn active. Got to use all those events in the Nami list. That's what really makes it shine. And now I will just play the 10 cost Kuzan, KOing the Kaya. I don't want him to get more draw power. And I'll just swing 6 with probably all of the Sabos. I might play a little scared and potentially only swing with 1, but I do just turn them all sideways. We'll see the Gavel coming out here first for the first swing, and now the second one, we'll see another Gavel trashing another card and getting 2 off the top, and then finally a Love Beam to draw a card. And now leaving him with 1 card in hand, I'm feeling pretty good. We just passed turn. 10-drop Kuzan makes this whole deck just kind of flow together. A lot of the KO cards, a lot of the removal that we have, Kuzan just amplifies. And I think that Rebecca is a list that it's probably going to be needed in OP04, but I don't think it's going to be seen very much unless there's like still a very big presence of red in the meta. But I think that's why we need it. Rebecca is just that anti-red answer. But other than that, if you're playing against any other matchup, you are just losing. You are just losing, and it does not feel good. But he does swing 9 here at my Sabo. I will just go ahead and 2k counter out. We don't need the cards in hand. It helps me get down to, you know, that sweet spot that I can continuously use leader ability anyways. And yeah, with him having cards in hand, he's got Nojiko, which he wants to bounce a card back of his own, but he can only bounce mine, and that's just not really going to help him in this situation. But he will just go ahead and pass 2 cards in hand. And now we've got moves, we've got plays. 7-drop Luffy still in hand, so we'll be able to rush out and we can KO those 2 Dawes Bones if we wanted to, so that he can't bounce them back. That's probably not a bad idea. I do choose to swing 7 first. I don't think it's terrible, but I do think that I'm giving him the opportunity to potentially get one of those Dawes Bones back into his hand. And I think that the 7-drop Luffy play would have been probably, I don't know, arguably better first, just to get that, just to make sure that he's not able to recycle some of those events. But big counter out, 3 cards there just to return some. And now I'll go ahead and play Luffy. We'll swing 7 into Dawes Bones, and he's just going to go ahead and let that go, of course. And now I can choose to recycle Luffy if I wanted to, but I think I just leave it because I want to go for that big 2 swings into life the following turn, rather than restand it and only be able to get 1 swing with it the following turn. And yeah, we pass it over. He goes up to 10 Dawn. He doesn't have a lot of options because he doesn't have too many cards in hand. I'm looking at his deck list, or excuse me, his deck count right now, and it's not too bad. He does accidentally draw a 3rd card there, realizing. And yet again, this is just a friendly match, so, you know, if mistakes are made, we're not too big on it. It's like, oh, okay, whatever. You know your top deck right now. It's cool. But he will just go ahead and use the Arabeck Brickfist to bounce back the Dawes Bones and then replay it, and picks up a, I believe that's a Gavel. I always get confused by what the cards look like, the Gavel and the Usopp's Rubber Band. It's kind of hard to see over the camera sometimes. But yeah, we're just going to restand and get ready for this, you know, game swing right here. Just going to swing 7 multiple times, but also swinging 10 first with my good man Kuzan here. 10k swing should be pretty easy to get through, but oh, I do decide to switch it to 11. And because I was like, oh, you know what? You might have Deathwing, so let's just go ahead and do that. But it looks as though he picked up a trigger card there and trashes a few more, draws a few more, and now we'll see the Gavel coming down for one of the 7k swings. And he's slowly getting closer and closer to that win con, but I'm really not trying to let it happen. So I'll just go 7 here. He will use another Usopp's Rubber Band, trashing 2, and that recycle of that card has just been so clutch for him for sure. But 7k swing, he's got to get out of it because he knows that the Luffy double attack is coming in, or not double attack per se, but just 2 swings of Luffy is coming in right afterwards. And now I am just going to go 13 with Luffy. He's going to take that, and then I'll just return 7 cards from the trash and swing 13 again, and he realizes, I don't have it. But it's an interesting list. I do like the ratios, just trying to find out what cards really make this deck shine. It's going to take a little bit more testing, but let me know your thoughts, guys, and I'll see you in the next one, all right? Peace.